Today, we're going to talk about things you need to know in business. This is after you've started a business. And I think a lot of you are missing the mark or missing out on some things. So, in business, I have discovered and determined. I think that everybody just thinking when you start a business, it's like you've reached a hurdle, but you haven't. So anyway, I'm Sandy. I'm your business strategist. I'm here to help you be great in this world. I'm here to help you monetize your business. Here to help you make profit in your business, get your systems together, and all those great things. So this is what we're going to talk about. And then also, I did a couple of videos, which I am posting them up. A few of them are not. Okay. All right. We'll remove that one. Says giving me a notification. I was trying to stream on my IG platform, something going on with that. But anyway, I did a few videos. Yes, I did a couple of them, and they are being, they're dropping. I got them already timed to drop later on today. And what I'm talking about how to do a business plan with AI, so you can either start a business, get a government contract, or either get grant money. I've been talking about that for the last few days. Go back and look at some of those videos that I have about that. It's going to help you learn how you can prepare yourself for grant funding, and also how where to look and things like that. So, and if you need my specific help, you need to reach out to me and make that happen. But for the sake of our conversation for today is, hey everybody over here in TikTok, I am over here on multiple platforms, everybody. So bear with me if I'm looking away. But what we're going to talk about is after you've started a business and you've gotten everything set up, you've done your legalities and gotten all those things set up, there's a lot of other things that need to be done. And this is what I want to talk about this morning. I want to talk about just this particular thing this morning. So, a lot of things and a lot of places that you can go to be great in your business is going to be right in all of this stuff that we're going to talk about this morning for the most part. Now, after you have set up your business, you want to be successful, and then you want to set yourself up for future money, funding, or opportunities via grants, via government contracting, local contracting, state contracting. I've mentioned that. I talked about that, I think, in one of my videos the other day, too. We will prepare ourselves for those opportunities. You want to continuously see what's going on out here. And so I'm going to give you the list of things that you need to do. Okay. Now, one of the things is I know that you may hear about is networking. We have to network with like-minded people, like-minded companies, like-minded individuals, like-minded aspiring entrepreneurs. You can, even at your stage, you can, believe it or not, just because you've just started a business, you can pick somebody else and mentor them along the way and help them. And they may even be somebody that's complementary to your business, or what they can be complementary to the business that you're already starting, that you have. And y'all can probably work together. When I say complementary, you can probably work with them, right? So I'm going to give you some resources and give you some names of where you can find this information, or where you can, where you can get some more information from. So let me make sure. Okay, okay, there we go. I'm good on that end. So now let me get back to what I was saying about building a network. Building your network is number one. That consists of you meeting up with people, building relationships with other vendors, companies, and things like that. They may even know, because they come in contact with people all the time. If you have a vendor, if you have a business that requires you to interact with a vendor on a constant basis, they have other people that they know. They work with all sorts of businesses different from yours. Your company is not the only one that they work with. So that is one way to build, to build up your network too as well. Now, and then also going to, professional meetings, finding out, looking and seeing what's going on in your area of, or either outside of your city, what's going on in your city. Find out what's going on outside of your city too as well. That is nothing, it's nothing to take a look, maybe take a little day drive to a workshop or something like that, and networking with people that y'all can, maybe you'd be surprised. Sometimes the lasting relationships, or relationships best, especially in business and friendship, is when I first started venturing out and going out further. I met a lot of great people just by doing this, just by networking, right? Okay. Now, a lot of things that I think, next thing is that I think that is very important after you started your business, and you need to make sure that you keep focus on, will be your customer focus. You need to focus on your customers at hand, the people that are your, that are your customers, getting feedback from them, learning how you can serve them better, how you can give them excellent service, find out what they need. You can even build your additional products and services just off of what they need from you. From what, just like with my clients, I know exactly what I need to build from them. And this is partly why I'm doing this video here today, because I realized that after we've initially gotten together and started a business, help them start their business, there are so many other things that they don't know and that they need to know. And they need, they know certain things in their own way, but to the scale of, they gotta, every day you gotta keep pushing, and every day you gotta have something, you gotta have a journal or a to-do list or something that's going to help you every day. uh, it's not a day that shouldn't go by, especially if you are serious about your business, that you should not be focused on doing something like we're talking about now. And then also, making sure, the next thing is making sure that you are staying abrupt. You started your business, you've already gotten sit down and decided on how you're going to do some budgeting in your business, how you're going to quarterly do your quarterly, your week, your quarterly taxes, how you're going to do your quarterly, if you have employees, how you're going to do that payroll tax, how you're going to separate that, pay them, pay the IRS, the corporate tax, how you're going to structure that, things like that, that you may not think about. That is one of the things that you need to really, really think about. After you started your business, you need to put systems in place in that area. Now, the next thing is, even when you have systems in place, speaking of that, outside of those kind of systems, you already should have had your operation systems, or whatever you decide you're going to do, for is how you're going to take payments, what are you going to do to keep people informed about your products and services, for is that marketing area. You should have done all of that when you first decide to launch your business. But at the same time, you need to determine how much you're going to allow that to grow. How much? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And then it's, hey, my brother, how you? So that's how you have to make sure that you are staying up, staying on top of that. So, and why is that so important? Because as you grow, you may have to up level or change over from that particular tool that you're using, and get like an app or any kind of other tool that you're using in it, and do a little advancement. So you always want to grow within the systems that you're already using, and finding out how can you stay connected with the customers that you already have, and then also serve, get additional customers. Remember, there's three things in business. You're either serving the customers more that you already have, or you're either out here working on growing your business in other ways, for as marketing and continuing to put the word out and getting the message out about what you have to offer. And then three is, up leveling, giving them additional products, the customers that you already have. And that way, the first thing I mentioned to you when I mentioned about networking, and or either, I'm sorry, customer focus. When I mentioned in customer focus, I said that you always need to either doing surveys, finding out what else your customers need, or whatever the people that you're servicing, whatever they need. You want to make sure that you do that. Okay. That is the next thing. Now, marketing and promotion. You should always be out here marketing your business. Always. Oh, what's the topic for today? I'm not just talking about things that you need to do. I'm sorry about that. I just saw that. Things that you need to do about growing your business. Things that need to be done outside of after you started your business. A lot of people, like I said, when they start their business, they started, and then they just like move at a slow pace, like a slow, the momentum is not, okay, they feel like, oh, I've reached my goal, I've started my business. But at the same, and then, they initially, whatever they initially start to do, they are doing that, but they're not doing it at an accelerating speed. So this is what I'm kind of like, that's basically what I'm talking about, letting them knowing that they need to keep growing, keep growing, keep growing. All right. Now, if you have a word today, now you got to give it to me while I'm listening to you, because that was powerful what you gave me last week. Appreciate that. I've been meditating on that ever since we talked. It was great, great content. Great. So anyway, back to what I was saying about making sure that you knowing what your additional things, that you knowing what your customers are needing, you knowing what, okay, because I'm always asking my clients, what am I doing that's, and I say, be honest with me. Yeah, education. Yeah, I'm talking about education. What I'm always saying, what do I need to do better? What do you need from me? Am I being prompt? If you seen, if I'm like, for instance, I was working on a couple of my clients, they had a Shopify store, and I was working on putting their products on their store. I did all of that for them. Now, I don't always do it. I got my clients to do some of those things sometimes, but I set their store up for them. I got everything together. They picked out their products and stuff. Now, I didn't do that. They picked out the products they wanted, but I got all of the descriptions together for them. They came up with their prices. I told them how to do the pricing and things like that. They did all of that. I came up with the graphics for them. I created the graphics. I did all of those things. I did those myself because that was the agreement that we had. Now, I don't always do that, but I'm just telling you, those are some things that I do. So if you don't know how to do that and you got a business idea, yeah, you know what? I can help you get there. So don't be afraid to not step out there or get out there and start that business that you want to start. So anyway, we was working on the e-commerce stuff, and I always ask her, okay, what am I not doing? And sometimes there were some things that I missed. Like one time I had, where we just corrected this the other day. I had the clothing, I had the description of her item. I kind of like had it twice on something else, but what it was, I probably was working, everything was probably running together when I was working on her, working on her store, her Shopify store, and putting it out there. And then I, doing all the links, linking up everything, making sure that everything is very professional, just, and then sometimes you can't just pop that out. That don't just happen just like that. Sometimes you want to give the customer their brand, how they, what kind of tone you set up for them, or what kind of look, even matching their logo or what's their color scheme for a lot of things. I don't aesthetically do my stuff like that, not for the most part, but when I'm working with my clients, and then sometimes I do, y'all know I like the grays and I like the mustard gold. That's kind of like my logo color. So those, and then I like earth tones. A lot of times I like working with those. So I do that for myself, or when I'm putting content out, or even when I'm putting posts out for myself. But I'm just saying, I was asking her, I said, hey, how's things? Let me know what I need to do, what else you want, and then now I've started moving to the phase of doing their social media posting, and I want to be intentional with it. So I am asking them, trying to get a feel of what they want, and then I can be able to serve them better. So along the way, this is just everything I'm talking about. This is just a part of you in your business. After you've opened it, you really, really need to kind of 10x the thing. Knowledge. All right. Okay. Let me screenshot. Look at here. I'm gonna have to get that. Thank you for that word today. It's funny that you would even say something about manifestation. All right. Hey, I need to clean this mirror. I thank you for that. Let me see. All right. I got it down. Yeah. So actually, more taps. Like the screen. Thank you for the hearts too, everybody. So anyway, back to what I was saying about some of that. So now another thing will be very, very, very good for you to continue to do. Thanks so much. For you to continue to do and not sleep on is going to be your operational, your daily operations. Now, what I mean by that, every day. And if you missed me last night, I talked about it. Go back and watch the video. I was breaking down in the business plan section. We were creating a business plan. Nobody had any volunteers, so I did the nail salon. But I could have done anyone. And I said one day this week, if y'all join me, possibly Eastern Standard Time after 8 p.m., it'll be probably around, I would say, I would think about around 9 o'clock. I'll do one. What's the day? I might do one Wednesday. I'm having Bible study on Wednesday, so I may do it tomorrow if I don't come back and tonight and do it. It all depends on, because I got some grants applications to do for one of my clients that I'm working on, and I got to go ahead and I'll be doing that all day today, getting their stuff done. So anyway, what I was going to say is about the operations piece. This is something that you have to do all the time, like being productive when your business, being productive throughout the day with your business is applying time management to your day, being able to get things done. Because if you don't have tasks and you don't be able to manage these particular things that you have to do, your to-do list, writing your things out. I've started this. I've been writing 10 things out that I need to do every day in a tablet. Every day. I was on a live thing with Brian Tracy it was about a couple of Saturdays ago. I was on there twice, and I realized when I did that, I got a lot more done. I made a lot more connections. And in business, you want to do that as well. You want to do that as well. I'm gonna give you some resources of places and that I think that you need to be in tune with, so where you can you can be efficient in this area for your business operations. Okay. And then also, this last one I'm going to mention to you, and then I'll give you the other information. This last one here is adapting to the growth of your business. You got to adapt. You got to know what's out there trending. You got to know what's going on. And a lot of you may not like politics. You maybe want to shy away from that. I understand that. So I can only consume so much of it too. But if you want to stay in the loop of what's going on in the economy, because remember, that is a part of your business growing, knowing what's going on in the economy, knowing what's going to come down the pipeline, knowing how the stock market is going to react to certain things that's going on. You have to be in the industries, knowing what's going on here and listening at politics, listening at the news, listening at news that matters to what your business is all about. You don't have to consume everything. Now, a lot of this stuff out here with celebrities and this gossip and stuff, I just don't get into it. I really don't. But at the same time, I need to know some of this stuff that's going on, because it may have a bearing on the business that I'm in, and it may be something that I need to pay attention to. Everybody out here talking about what's going on in the future, what's going to happen, what we going to go through this disastrous, this, that, and other. Some of them don't, some of them know, but some of them don't know. So don't get consumed with everything that's going on out here. All this stuff that people are talking about. Don't get consumed with it. And you just can't do it. You can't do it to yourself. And so anyway, that with that being said, is like I said, knowing what's going on, and knowing what's going on in the competitive industry. And then, okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah. Writing is a form of manifestation, Indigent said. Write it down and speak those words out loud, and then envision it. Yeah. Yes, that's right. Absolutely. Yes, that is so true. That works, because I've been doing that lately, and you are so right. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. You got to feel it, and let it go. You know how you worry, you don't get anything in the worry state of it. You get something when you're calm, and you just, it's like, okay, you put your intentions in there and you let it go. But you got to envision it too. You're right. You are so right. Yeah. Now, thank you for that. And then also, yes, yep, you got to also, and yeah. So also now I'm gonna give you some tools and some ways that you can find out about, or where you find some of this information from, and where you need to be connected with. Most of us aren't may not be, but a lot of times any of the networking, when I mentioned networking earlier, any of the organizations or any networking that pertains to entrepreneurship, or self-employment. There's a National Association of the Self-Employed. It's NASE.org. You can find a wealth of information there too, to help you to kind of network, finding out what's going on. You can either network with people virtually. A lot of times they give classes virtually, and you can network. You don't always have to be physically going there. And then your Economic Development Authority, that is EDA.gov. They have a lot of information. They can keep you in the know of your current industry, what's going on, what are they looking at, what laws are getting ready to change. And that's a very important, that's very important, that you need to know politically what's going on, and then all these other things that's going on in your niche, especially with stats, what's declining in your industry, what's trending, those things. This is why when you get in business, you can never stop. Your mindset has to totally shift. You have to change. You have to be somebody different if you want to get something different, and if you want to go different places. You can't stay the same when you are working on taking it to the next level, going somewhere different. I'm Listen, it's the truth. And then also they have specifically, like women business centers, and if you're a woman or whatever, they have specific areas, things for you to, outside of just just networking with everybody. So they have different things too. And then the Census Bureau, the census.gov gives us a lot of information on the stats and research on, what's the look of the industry, how much the industry is going to grow. And when we did the business plan last night, and we was working on that in the financial section, I think I broke that down to you, and I was telling y'all about, what you can put in something for your industry, to kind of put that in your business plan, to give yourself realistic numbers, and to give, if you're going to get funding for it, you're going to take it to a bank, or you're going to get a loan, or you don't necessarily, well, you can't, yes, you do. I was going to say you don't necessarily need it so much for it when you're getting a grant, but yes, you do. You really want to make sure that you have it during that time too, because it shows that how your industry is going to grow and how much it's going to grow. So that way you can learn accordingly how much bandwidth you're going to need for as manpower to help you when you're not a one-man show, things like that. So you want to do that. But those are some of the other things those are some of the tools that I want you to go and research if you have any concerns about that. So anyway, I think that's going to be all this morning here. I'm going to, like I said, I got some things I need to work on, and I will be coming back tonight. If somebody want me to do, I might do it tonight. Absolutely. You can't be afraid to believe in yourself. Thank you for positive. Oh, you're welcome. You're so welcome. I appreciate that. Thank you for being here. Hello. Hey there. I want to, because we need this. Yes, I remember you from yesterday. Yes, I do. Yeah, I remember you. We get ready to get off now. You just coming on, but thanks so much. We'll be back on later on today. I know we'll be back on later on to eat this evening. And like I said, if anybody want me to do their business plan for them, we'll do it live on here, and we'll do it with the prompts, and then I'll email you if you want me to email you what I've done on live. But I'm gonna only do one. So join me live tonight maybe around 9 p.m. tonight. I won't pre-record over here. So I just do it live tonight. So I do it live, like I'm doing it right now. I do it live, and we'll go from there. Because I want you, if you got an idea, I just want you. I want you to see just how easy it is. Okay, yeah, okay. Then I'll see you later on. I appreciate you. Appreciate you. Yeah, and tell somebody, share it out, tell somebody, and we're gonna start making this thing. We're gonna start changing these things, because we need to be out here educating each other and on different things. And so anyway, if a lot of you that don't know, be a part of my community, you can go to pushthedream.com. You can see some of the things I have to offer. I have a video there once you get on the website, and you'll see what I'm all about, what I talk about. And then also I have, things that you can work with me one-on-one if you need to. But hey, thanks so much. I encourage me. Yeah. So I appreciate you for the hearts. And thank you so much for the hearts. You're making the numbers go up for me now. I appreciate you. You are so welcome. But now, anyway, just remember those things, that after you start a business, there's so much more for you to do. And I mean, if you got it organized, you got your day planned out, you being intentional. Basically, you're being intentional with what you're doing, meaning you're planning, you're just making plans, you're not wasting time. You're carving out time. I know a lot of you have families, and a lot of you are just not single or solo or whatever. You have families. I get it. I understand. So however you have to work on your business, but just keep it in the back of your mind every day, and just do a little bit. Just do something 30 minutes to an hour if you are in that situation where you have a family that you have to think about, and you want everything, you want to balance your life in that area. So I ain't knocking that. I mean, hey, family is very important. And then also maybe in another video one day we'll talk about a little bit about how you can have your children, family members, as part of knowing more about the business, knowing, helping you to grow. They may not want to physically be a part of what the day-to-day operations, but that's okay. In due time, when they see how successful you're going to be, they're going to change their minds. They're going to change their minds about that. So anyway, don't worry right now. But hey, how they said, seeing is believing. A lot of people have to see stuff, but they don't want to be there at the ground level. A lot of times they want to see you do this here, and then everybody come running. Yeah, I know sometimes that's just, they do that. It's just not. Yeah. Okay. They'll do that. Thanks so much. They'll do that to you, but don't get upset about it. Hey, you just stay true to who you are, and you just stay continually doing the things that you do the way you do. Don't get sidetracked. I made this mistake before in my business. I got, because the people were coming, and everybody, I guess, that was coming, connecting with me because they saw what was going on, and then time you get off track, it's hard to and I ain't gonna say it's hard to recover, but it's kind of getting your momentum back. It's a little challenging, especially when you have. So keep your momentum while you have it. I'm telling you, take this advice from me. I'm telling you, minimize the distractions from day one. That's a little bonus right there that I'm adding to what we're speaking about. Minimize the distractions from day one. So day 2, 50, 100, 200, 300, the 300th day, you won't have to live in regrets of just giving your pearls to swines, as the Bible will say. So anyway, that's all. Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later on today. Let me go ahead and get ready to do some of this applying for grants for one of my clients. I'm getting ready to do some research today. See, this is not the so sexy stuff, but guess what? It's necessary to get, especially if you're trying to get some of this funding out here too. Alrighty, talk to you later. Okay, hopefully see you out here in these business streets. Bye-bye.